The Noble Chronicle. Let's talk about it. The Noble Chronicle is a $6,000 set that goes for even more than that right now. It is 2 bone conductor, 4 BA, 2 dynamic driver, and 2 EST. It is a very expensive set, and it takes the award for the most expensive product that I've reviewed on channel. Now, this is a unit that has been sent to me on loan from a friend from the channel who has asked that I do not tell other people about this. So I'm going to respect their privacy, and we'll go from there. I love the design of this. It has a kind of a Damascus steel feeling to it. It's kind of a cool multicolored shell and design. The nozzle holds ear tips well. I didn't have any problems losing ear tips in my ear with this. It does have a tendency to isolate almost too well and almost work as an earplug for my ear, which could be a little bit of a negative. I would recommend demoing this before you purchase one, but it is a limited run. Overall, I do like the shell of this, but it is a little bit on the large side for me. These are the accessories. The ear tips are on the back left. They're kind of hard to see. We have a nice little card saying Noble Chronicle. It does come with a sticker, a cleaning brush, a little silica packet, and some IEM booties. There's a better view of the tips you can see here. I didn't use them as respect for the owner, and I had no problem isolating. Now, this does come with 2 cases. One giant case, which you see here, which is kind of impractical in my opinion, but it's nice. It does have kind of a interesting zipper that's a little bit hard to grab, but other than that, it is a great size case. I love that they include a smaller case. It reminds me of the one they have on the Vision Ears 10 that I recently reviewed on channel. It is a nice case that magnetically shuts, and I like it a great deal. Good build quality. The cable is 2-pin, and you'll notice you can kind of see a little bit of the wiring and kind of the area between this region here, which isn't bad, but I kind of like the flush 2-pin cable connectors. It is a nice, plush, good feeling cable. I like it a lot. I love the thematic chin slider. It's fantastic. It matches the color of the IEMs themselves, which makes it a very unique cable, and I think it's quite beautiful. The Y-split is the same and has that nice thematic feel to it, and it does terminate in a very nice branded. It comes from a brand called Pentacon, and you'll notice how spongy and it's just a nice feeling cable. Nothing too exciting, but it feels good and is premium. And here we go, Pentacon cable. These are very nice quality cables, and here you go. So how does this IEM sound? It sounds very good. It has a sufficient bass, upper mids, and detail. It has a unique, interesting tune, which I haven't really experienced before, but I do like it. And I want to talk about what it sounds like in ear with some graphs. But overall, it's strangely neutral and a little bit laid back for my liking. Let's look at some graphs and go from there. Okay, if we look at the graph of the Chronicle, you'll notice it has kind of a gradual bass rise. It has kind of a flat pinna gain and quite a bit of detail in this region. It might sit a little bit different in ear as far as measurements go. There weren't very many measurements. I think this is the only measurement on Squiggling, so there is possibility that it is wrong. I wanted to give, kind of put that out there for people, but it is a very nice, handsome graph with no major fault, but it is a little bit, a little bit recessed in here and a little bit recessed in here. Let's look at a few others now this is going to be in budget first, and then we'll go into the expensive, crazy ones, because I know most of you guys aren't, you're just looking at what kind of a tune this is and what do I mean by neutral. When I mean by neutral, I kind of mean something like the Mega 5 EST. I really think people might like the EST. It has really nice present region, and it has nice extended treble, but it's kind of flat. It's not something you get if you're really looking at something hyper engaging, and that's kind of something to note. That's kind of the style that I think the Noble Audio Chronicle is going for. It's not a very kind of insane tuning. It's very neutral, very relaxed, very chill. I do not have a Storm, but I imagine the Storm, it does graph very similarly to the High Senior Mega 5 EST. I have not reviewed that on channel. I've even asked to buy one because I would love to have one. I really liked it. So it's hard for me to really say how good the Storm would be, other than it probably is going to graph very similarly to the Mega 5 EST. Another one this kind of reminds me of is the Moondrop X Chronicle Dusk. This is Chronicle's most recent IEM. I don't know. I do like the Chronicle better, but it is so expensive. You know, if you're looking at something that's kind of in that same tuning philosophy, the Chronicle Dusk might be a better suit, especially considering it's like a 20th of the price. Does always an expensive IEM mean better? No, you have to. This is more of like the Lamborghini of IEMs. This is one of those IEMs that's meant for people who want to own beautiful, expensive stuff. And I do feel that the Noble Chronicle is beautiful and awesome in that regards. One thing to look at, like I want to share this versus some of the other IEMs that I have reviewed on channel and checked out. The Fat Frequency Grand Maestro. I really like this IEM. I know they've gone under fire late because of their customer service, but that's kind of been the way they've been for a while. So I'm not going to touch on that. I'm going to leave that for other people because that's just not my style of trying to tear down small companies. I try to build them up, and that's kind of how I feel about this whole hobby. So, I mean, personally, you know, the Grand Maestro and the Chronicle both have kind of fit problems for me. They both kind of have some issues, although I think sonically I kind of prefer the Grand Maestro a little bit better, just because it's a little bit more lifted in this 3 to 4K region, a little bit more lifted sub bass. It's a little bit more of an exciting listen, but you also have to know what kind of a tune you want. My personal daily driver is the Elysian Acoustics Lab Annihilator 2023. I like this set. I feel like it just adds just enough fun and dynamics, and I like the tonality of how it sounds and how it captures my music. I think it's fantastic. You'll notice how much more bass, how much more treble is there. The Chronicle is not the Annihilator. It's not an exciting tune. It's a chill tune where everything sounds correct and detailed and kind of has a great sense of space and area around you. And that's really how they're different. Now, the Chronicle is trending right now around 6,000. The Annihilator uses around 2. Just something to kind of note. But I mean, I don't know. I have my preferences. So maybe I'm a little bit biased because it's so expensive. I don't know. Maybe if it was like $60, I'd have a different opinion of it. But I mean, that's this hobby, you know, and I'm just happy to be able to review this for you guys and tell you a little bit about the Chronicle and my experience of it. Another one I really like is the Musa. Now, the Musa, I do think the Chronicle is a better set. The Musa is one of those sets that is a specialist. What I mean by that is that some songs will sound fantastic on it, but some won't. Like the Campfire Trifecta is a specialist. That sometimes songs will sound really good on, other times they will not. The Chronicle is not a specialist. It is an all-arounder, an all-around good sounding, detailed set that is a fantastic set for those people that it works for. And so if you really like something like the Chronicle, like, and you demo it or you're able to get your hands on one, I definitely understand the appeal if you're going for a neutral kind of a set. The next one I am going to look at is the Aroma Audio Fey 1. Now, the Fey 1 isn't as bassy. It does have a lot of upper mids and treble, and I kind of think it's more of an exciting set. There are certain styles and types of music on the Fey 1 that just sounds perfect. But the Fey 1 in itself is almost a specialist. It is a unique flavor set. And it is quite amazing. I actually had an opportunity to trade my Fey 1 for an Annihilator, and I turned him down just because I like the Annihilator. I like how bassy it is. I like how balanced it is. The Fey 1 is a little bit crazy, but there's something about that Fey 1. Like, something off the graph or whatever it's doing that is absolutely phenomenal. And I think it's an amazing, fantastic set. But again, we go back to the Chronicle being a neutral set. Not something that like I normally would go for, but I dig it. I like it. It's so smooth and so easy going. The last one I kind of want to show you is the Jupiter. Now the Jupiter is a lot cheaper, but I think the Jupiter really competes, and I think you might like the Jupiter better than the Chronicle. And it's hard for me to tell like how I really think the Chronicle is good. There's certain details and pristineness about that tune, about the drivers, about what it is that I really like. But if someone came up to me and told me, hey, I think the Jupiter's better, I would say, okay, I get that. I fully understand that. There's a lot of other cheaper IMs, like maybe the Mega 5 EST, or even the Chronicle's Dusk. People might hear that and they might say they like that better than the Chronicle. I get that. But what we're saying here is how good this set is, and it is fantastic. It is extremely natural and extremely lovely. Now, I will be having a IEM coming up here soon. This is the Elysian Acoustics Lab Apostle. I'm really excited about this IEM, and we'll be getting this here in about 2 weeks or so, and we'll be sharing you guys with it soon. It's possible that this could be a better set than everything out there. That's just the way this hobby works. Sometimes we have our certain preferences, and sometimes they line up with certain graphs and certain IEMs. So you kind of have to find out what works for you at the same time. The Noble Chronicle. Let's rank it up. Solid IEM. I'm going to give it a 9.7. About the same rating as the Aroma Audio Phe 1. Really good set. Really nice, really pleasant. It's not the most exciting or engaging set, and it doesn't have the most amazing, immaculate extension, but it's so nice. It's so chill and so good that I feel like it's just a really good set. But if I had to say what my preference would be, like what I would rather own, I would rather own probably a Vision Ears 10 or Elysian Annihilator 2023 myself over the Noble Chronicle. I think it's a solid set. It's expensive, but it has really nice bass, really nice highs, and is an overall very good set. Chronicle, one of the best IEMs out there that I've gotten a chance to demo. Is it going to be the one that I'm going to say that you should go out and buy? No. I have a strict policy that you should always be really careful about what you buy. You should always listen to a lot of reviews and check them out. The Chronicle is one of those ones that you got to know what you like, and you got to know what kind of IEM you're looking for. If you're looking for a neutral set that sounds fantastic, that's well packaged, and that you're looking for like an all-in-one kind of style IEM, I can see the appeal. Everything sounds fantastic on it, and it's a nice sounding IEM that's extremely beautiful, extremely well made, extremely well done. I've heard some Noble IEMs at Can Jam, but never actually got to have one at home for more than a couple of days. For me to rank something on my list, I always have to be able to have it in home for a couple of days, or it's not really worth it for me. To put my reputation on the line. This guy, I think it's a fine set. I think it's fantastic, and I encourage you guys to give it a demo if you can, and I think you might really like it because it just has a nice, laid-back, pristine nature to this tune that I really dig, and I think people that get a chance to try it are also gonna like it. Thanks for watching my video. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye-bye. You're still here. It's over. Go home. Oh, you're expecting a teaser for our next video. Well, we don't have that kind of money. What are you expecting? One of those store reviewers to show up in a saucy little leather number? Go. Oh, I can tell you one thing. We are going to have a collab video. We have no idea what it's going to be. Probably Kryn, maybe Chris, or Joyce. Don't deny it. She's got range. Go. Get out of here.
Go! Go!
Go.
Go on with you!